Madam Deputy Speaker, that was a full start. I was ready to go. The Honourable Lady, the member for Kingston upon Hull, she's right to feel empathy and sympathy and feel angry for the people who are challenged by the cost of living, as does everyone in this House. On whatever side of the House you're on, families are struggling right across country, and the reason why they're struggling is because of inflation. And it is inflation that steals money from everyone's pockets, and it's the best cure for all these issues that we've been discussing on either side of the House is to deal with inflation. And yet, in a 12-line motion on the cost of living, Labour have not made any mention at all on government's intervention to reduce the level of household inflation. It's as though, Madam Deputy Speaker, they're not aware of the £94 billion package that the government has instituted over the last period. That's an average of £3,300 of government support per household, having a direct impact on reducing the level of headline inflation. It includes halving people's energy bills over this winter, an average of £1,500 of support per household, and it's been extended to the summer when prices are forecast to come down. And there is an enormous irony, Madam Deputy Speaker, that we're having this Opposition Day debate on the cost of living where no mention has been made of government support on the very day when £301 has landed in the bank accounts of the 8 million most vulnerable families in the country under the Household Support Fund. And yet the motion does have some positive suggestions to make. They suggest that we should freeze council tax. Well, Madam Deputy Speaker, the best way to ensure that your council tax is frozen is to vote Conservative on May the 4th. Come and look at my council, Broadland District Council in Norfolk. They have frozen council tax not for 1 year, but for the last 2 years. And if Labour councils were serious about helping people with the cost of living, they would run their councils just as efficiently as we do, and they would keep their council tax down and freeze it. The other thing that the opposition have done today, Madam Deputy Speaker, is to have the first Opposition Day debate on water infrastructure. And yet, in that debate, the effect of what they were arguing on their so-called plan would have had the effect of increasing water bills by a full £1,000 per household. Is this joined-up opposition? I don't think so. So what we have is the Conservatives spending £3,300 of support per household and freezing council taxes more often than not in Conservative-run districts like my own, against Labour, who, through their policy requirements, are saying we should increase bills by £1,000 and have higher council taxes in areas which they represent. The best solution to the cost of living is to halve inflation, grow the economy and reduce debt whilst supporting the most vulnerable in our society. Those are the priorities of my constituents and the constituents right around the country, and they're the priorities of this government.